Asha Renew from AshaRenew.com. Today I will speak on magic is not what you think it is. Most of the time when we hear about magic, we tend to associate magic with something miraculous. I spoke a little bit about this in my daily post or my daily numerology post, right? But I want to go a little bit further as to how I came to this conclusion, and hopefully it will be helpful and simplify what magic is instead of what it is not, based upon all of the things that we have studied up until this point, based upon historical facts, so on and so forth. So again, let me first and foremost start off with the reason why I use the K. Now, most of the time when you hear about magic or when someone is speaking about magic or writing the word magic, they are normally not using the K. The K comes from Aleister Crowley, for those who may not know. His thought process behind adding the K to magic is to distinguish it from stage illusion, right, or trickery, okay? So magic with a C essentially denotes magic on a stage, magic that is make-believe, and magic with a K denotes the actual magic, which is closer to our existence than the stage magic, right? So that's the basic foundation as opposed of why the K is being used versus why the C is being used, right? So this law is all has been laid down long ago. It's nothing new. Let me hit the next point here. The next point deals with, we tend to look at magic as something supernatural or something miraculous. Like someone who is performing magic or doing magic has to be doing something miraculous, or they have to be doing something, Jesus level or Buddha level, miraculous, making things fall out the sky and so on and so forth. People tend to add all this extra emphasis on things that have nothing to do with magic. Right, so let me give you a clear definition so that, again, there is no confusion, so that you know exactly what you're doing, how to accomplish your goals, and you don't get confused with all this other nonsense out here that's not going to help anything. It just adds to more confusion, right? There'll be no reason for me to make a video if all of this stuff is clear. The reason why it's not clear, because again, we have a lot of people that study, but they're not coming up with original ideas, right? So that's why I want to add more to what we already know. So I'm not just telling you, okay, add the K to the magic and that's all you got to do. Let me add a little bit more again so that it makes more sense, so that we stop the confusion. So the first thing, well, I guess the third thing at this point, since magic is not nothing miraculous, then what is it? Magic simply means change, to cause change, to cause something to alter its behavior. It is simple as that. If you are able to create change in this world of laws, rules, regulations, boundaries, restrictions, if you're able to cause change in this world that you're not supposed to change, then you are essentially doing magic. You are exercising your magical ability. But let me make a differentiation between magic on a material level or magic on a spiritual level or a mental level. With that, we have to go to the first universal law, the law of mentalism. If we study the law of mentalism, we will understand all magic has to take place in the mind. So there is no physical magic. Again, that's why the magic with the C is about illusion magic, and the magic with the K deals with reality. So if we are dealing with reality, true magic is all mental. Excuse me. So we need to get it out of our head, because we think about witches, we think about warlocks, we think about wizards. We have all this imagery in our mind to tell us what magic is, and magic does not have anything to do with spells, when people dealing with herbs, people doing anything practical. None of that has anything to do with magic, because again, magic is strictly mental, first and foremost. So whatever tools or whatever imagery, whatever a person chooses to use in their magical rituals is simply in addition to what they're doing, but it is not absolutely necessary. And anybody who is telling you that any of these things are necessary are not telling you the truth, because again, it is the law of mentalism. Magic is based upon mentalism, and from that center point you build and you expand from that. It's not that, okay, for example, some people may think, let's say, magic is like a money spell, or a love spell, so on and so forth, where you have to essentially do something ritualistic. You have to do a ritual. You have to gather certain materials, at a certain time, at a certain day, so on and so forth. Again, there's a difference between a spell and magic, right? Because in the sense of you are utilizing a spell, you are using certain items on certain days at certain times to cause a change or to get a result. When people are doing that, they're more so are moving with the changes that are already occurring. Meaning, if you're going to do a love spell on a Friday because it's the day of Venus, you're not necessarily causing any change because it's the day of Venus. So whatever you are doing in terms of love is going to be emphasized because it is the day of Venus, or it may be the hour of Venus, just to give a quick example. So if you are utilizing magic based on time, and I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with this, I just want to make clear that is spell work. That is you utilizing the changes or the planetary movements and the planetary changes to your advantage. So essentially, it's the planets that are changing, not necessarily the magician, not necessarily the witch, not necessarily the wizard. They are just utilizing the planetary motions to their advantage. But that's not necessarily creating or causing a change, because the change is coming from the planetary energy. So again, if magic is strictly mental, if magic deals with mentalism, then in order for us to cause a change, now we have to go beyond the planets. We have to go beyond, again, anything physical or anything material. We have to literally project and pull out of our own mind, which then leads to manifestation, right? We've been hearing about manifestation forever, right? To bring something out of your mind into the physical plane. Well, in order to do that, you need to utilize mentalism. You need to utilize the law of mentalism. There is no way to project what is inside of you outwardly without utilizing mentalism. You cannot physically manifest with your brain. You cannot physically manifest with the mind. There is no physical process. Yes, we can attract resources to ourselves, but if we are talking about manifestation, bringing original thought into the physical plane, that is a mental process. That is not a physical process. That is not something that is done by utilizing physical items. Again, if we are using that to extend our ability, that is essentially an extension, but it is not causing any change, right? So again, it's very easy to get all these things confused, because again, we are in a time where everybody is just saying everything, right? Without having to do the full research, right? The only reason I can tell you a difference is because I took time to do the research, and I'm just sharing my perspective and what I learned, because I see that it is not the same. Because so if you're going around thinking you're doing rituals, or you're doing spells, and you're wondering why it's not working, because again, we're still relying on planetary changes and planetary motions. Magic is going beyond that, meaning you don't care what time it is, you don't care what day it is, you don't care if you feel happy, if you feel sad. None of these external factors matter if you strictly have to pull from your own mentalism, right? So if you are pulling from your own mentalism, then all of these external factors are irrelevant, because again, you are essentially trying to merge your destiny and your will. Again, most people don't know there's a difference between your destiny and your will, okay? Let me explain. Our destiny is, you can say, our purpose, okay? So when a person is destined to be something, then that is their destiny. But our destiny is different than our will or our willpower. In order for us to, you can say, manifest our true self, we have to merge our destiny with our will. So we have to utilize our willpower to move in the direction of our destiny. But let's just say a person has no idea what their destiny is. What if you don't know who you are? What if you don't know what your archetypal energy is? What if you don't have access to all this information? Is a ritual going to give you this information? Is a spell going to give you this information? I don't think so, right? In order for us to gain that information that we can't get no other way, we have to strictly utilize mentalism, 100% mentalism. This is what magic is. So we utilize magic to discover who we are, what we're doing, what our destiny is. So all this has to come through mental magic or mental magical ability. It's not going to come any other way. So let me give you an example of what I mean. So put it this way. If, again, I don't want to make this too confusing, because I know it may be confusing already. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, but maybe that's not possible. So I'm just going to, try to make sense, if I'm making any sense at all. Cause change. External. We're not necessarily causing the external change, we just register it. So let me explain to you what I mean by that. We understand the physical plane is Maya. We understand the physical plane is illusion. So when I'm speaking about causing change, we understand that we are changing a temporary world, right? So true manifestation is not even dealing with the physical plane. It's strictly dealing with your mind to synchronize the objective reality with the subjective reality. That's all manifestation is. You are synchronizing or merging your objective reality with your internal reality, the objective with the subjective. When they become one, whatever is subjective is also objective, and whatever is objective is also subjective. That's the best way. Sorry about that. That's the best way to explain manifestation, to merge these two worlds that are separate but interconnected, right? And as I said, the only way for us to get into the astral planes or to get into the higher planes, we have to utilize our mentalism. We have to utilize alchemy. This is the difference between alchemy and chemistry, okay? Chemistry deals with chemical results and chemical reactions, okay, which happen within the body. If we meditate, we can cause chemical reactions in the body. But what causes the chemical reactions in the body is the mental alchemy. The mental alchemy can cause the chemical reactions in the body, which is how change occurs. So if we're talking about physical change, if you wanted to change anything within your body, what you will have to do is utilize your mental alchemy to create a chemical change in the body. It's not going to be based on an external circumstance. It's not because you have this magical herb or you have this magical mantra or you have this spell. It's not going to happen like that. It is 100%, once again, mentalism. And this is why manifestation plays into the 7 universal laws. The reason why people don't really speak about the 7 universal laws, because once again, they're trying to simplify something that is complex. So if we're strictly dealing with, let's just say, the law of mentalism, we know that there are 6 more universal laws in order to complete the alchemy. This is just step 1. Step 1 is just understanding that it is strictly mental. Do not focus on the external circumstances, because the purpose is to get deeper into your own mentality. Get deeper into your own mental. That is the goal, right? But we tend to get distracted with all this external stuff. And we wonder why we're not getting the results that we're seeking. This is because we're distracting ourselves with the true reality. So once we lay that foundation of, okay, all this has to take place in my mind, I have to utilize my mental alchemy to cause chemical reactions within the body. Then if we're talking about external change in the physical world, this is another level to that. Because if you are able to alter your body, then you're able to alter your aura. If you're able to alter your aura, you are able to alter the way people respond to you in the whole entire world. So when we are altering our body, we are altering our aura, which alters how the world reacts and responds to us. And when we create a change with how the world responds and react to us, we will essentially be in a whole different reality. The only thing separating us from one reality from another reality is, again, our mental alchemy. It's just that most people are not watching their thoughts because, again, we're too caught up in the physical plane, we're too caught up in the material plane, we're too caught up with what everyone else is doing, what everyone else is saying, instead of watching our own thoughts, being more mindful. Again, as simple as this sounds, this is the foundation of alchemy, which is the foundation of magic. Okay? So just want to make that plain and clear so that you can implement the other 6 universal laws into your lifestyle. So I want to get you to the bridge so that you understand, okay, don't worry about the externals. It's strictly mental alchemy. And from that perspective, you build with those other 6 universal laws so that you can have your complete manifestation. All right? So just wanted to make it clear. Magic is not what you think it is. It's not about moving mountains or parting the Red Sea, about making something happen that no one else can happen. It's about genetic change, DNA transformation by tapping into your own mental capacity. Utilize 100% of your brain. Again, that's the first universal law, to utilize 100% of your brain. If you're only operating on 10, 20, or 30%, we understand that is not enough. So we must operate from a fully operational brain in order to make anything else happen, especially if we're talking about alchemy and anything magical or anything spiritual, right? So that's the message. Simple as that. So I'll shout everybody out and we'll get up out of here. So shout out to you, Queen. What's up, Hugh? What's up, The Order? 305 Capricorn, peace, peace. Just want to make sure. What's up, Harmony 9, peace, God, peace, God. What's up, Leandro, peace, God, 616. What's up, what's up? What's up, Cuaba? What's up, Tech Mans? What's up, what's up, what's up, Introverted Alchemist? What's up, what's up, what's up? So we're going to check out of here. Again, like I said, want to make sure I lay down the game every day, but I'm going to check out. We're not going to take up too much time. I'm not going to waste no more of anybody's time. Take the information and manifest your reality. I'll be back at y'all tomorrow. Peace. 93.